Water channel. We're going to do a short yoga sequence that's beginner friendly. We will do a few sun salutations in this sequence. They will be broken down so they will be easier for beginners. For this exercise class, you just need a mat. If you have any blocks, that would be good, and possibly a blanket. So let's start in our seated position. You can have your legs crossed or extended, using a block under your sitting bones to give a bit more lift in the spine. Let's tune into our breath. Just noticing how you're breathing at the moment. Following the inhale and the exhale. Maybe slightly deepening the breath, breathing in through the belly. Just feel it travelling all the way up and then exhale down. Good, and we'll warm up the shoulders, so just rolling the shoulders back. Just release any tension, and the other way. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up, and then exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Side stretch, inhaling. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and tall in the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Gentle twist. Back to center. Inhale. Gentle twist. Back to center, inhale, exhale on the twist. One more, inhale, spine nice and long, exhale. Excellent, now we're going to come onto the mat, so you might want to place something under your knees. You do a few rounds of cat-cow, so make sure everything is nice and stacked, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, keep the neck nice and long, so you're going to gently tip the buttocks up, the belly drops, the chest rises, draw in the belly, rounding the back, pressing through the hands, inhaling into our cow position, exhale, rounding the back. So just do a few more in your own time. Really feeling into each vertebrae, breathing into any of those tight spots. Good, and then come to neutral. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale through. Inhale. So nice and dynamic, just work within your range of motion. Just feeling some work on the upper back. Good, and change hands. Inhale, raising the arm. Exhale, threading through. So always start the move nice and small. Just see how this feels on your body. Good, then back to center. Just going to rock a bit forward and back. And then we're going to come into a bent-legged downward dog. So pressing through the hands, tuck the toes, pushing up into a nice bent-legged downward dog. So depending on your flexibility, you might pedal the feet. But always come back to that elongated back position. So that's why it's quite good to bend the legs, find that nice stretch in the back, rather than worry about getting the heels down. Excellent. And we're just going to come back on our knees, have a rest in child pose. Good, so stretching out. Buttocks are sinking back to the heels. You could always place something between your thighs. Hands can be in front or behind, or making a pillow. So this is your rest pose. You can come to this position anytime you like. Breathe into the back. Exhale to release. Excellent. And we're going to slowly come to stand. So any way you like to come to a standing position, you can roll through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slowly. Just rolling the shoulders back. And we'll walk to the front of our mat in our mountain pose Tadasana. So just check your feet are evenly distributing your weight. You can sway side to side till you find your center, lifting up the toes to engage the arches, breathing in, lifting up, exhale down, inhale up, nice and tall, exhale down, side stretch, so inhale, stretching over to the side and back, inhale, exhale. Good, and we're going to practice some slow sun salutations. So let's practice our Ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. Just like the waves of the ocean. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, hips back into a forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need. Then inhale, bring the hands to the shins or thighs, flat back, elongated back. Exhale, back down, hands down. We're going to walk into plank, either full plank or half plank. Good, nice straight spine. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, bring the elbows down. Grounding the legs, grounding the hips, inhaling into Cobra or Sphinx pose. So Sphinx is like this. Widen the legs if you have any back issues. Coming back down, pressing through the hands. We go through tabletop and then into our downward dog. So nice and steady. Pedal the feet if you like. See if you can find a bit more length in your downward dog. Good, and then walking the feet towards the hands so you can bend the legs as much as you need. Back to our halfway lift, so shoulders rolling back, long spine. Exhale down, inhale, all the way back up. Good. Back into our prayer, breathing. And we'll repeat again. So inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale down. Hands down, pressing down into our plank. So either full plank or lower the knees. Few breaths here. So you could lower the knees or you could come straight down. Whatever's best for you. Lengthen the legs, ground the hips. So either Sphinx or Cobra. Grounding the hips, finding some back extension. Exhale back down. Pressing through the hands. You can come through tabletop and into downward dog. Good, so thinking about length in the spine. Breathing nice and steadily. Then slowly walking the feet towards the hand. Inhaling into your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, nice and slow. Exhale down, back into prayer. Good, and we're going to step the front leg back into our warrior one. So nice parallel lines, ground the back leg if you can. Inhale, raising the arms up. Few breaths here, feel a nice stretch here. Nice and expansive. Could also have your hands in prayer or here. Bring the leg back. Repeat on the other side, so other leg back. Breathing in, so hands can be nice and wide. Pressing through the back outer edge foot of the back leg. So knees always in line with the ankle. Warrior one. Good, and then bring the foot here. We're going to come to the front of the mat this way, so the long length. We're going to come into a nice warrior throat. We're going to come into a nice warrior flow. So grounding the feet, starting off in warrior. Leg out 90 degrees, back in, press through the outer edge of the foot into our warrior two. Knee in line with the ankle, don't let that knee roll in. Feel your weight is in both legs, breathing here. I'm going to come into reverse warrior, so arm slides down, inhaling back into warrior two, and then into a side angle. Good, we'll just flow between them. So always modify, come up a bit if you need to. Side angle. Excellent. Press through the feet to come back up. Just switch legs. Good. Warrior two. Knee in line with the ankle. Then let's flow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Just checking your weight is in both legs equally. Really engage the muscles. Excellent. Press through the feet to come back up. Just give the hips a little release. And we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So you could use blocks here if you like. Could also do this leaning onto a wall. So engaging the legs, nice strength in the legs, the feet lifting up, spine nice and tall, hinging from the hips. Could have a micro bend in your legs, and we come over into a forward fold. So if you're more flexible, you may not need the blocks. Just release the head as much as you can, the mind, breathing out. Just release and just imagine a few things spilling out the mind. Good, and then we can heel toe the feet back in. And slowly rolling back up. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to do two strengthening poses. So firstly, our goddess pose. So feet about 45 degrees out. Knee is always in line with the ankle. So you want to avoid the knees rolling in. So we can just start with a few kind of baby plie type movements. So the tailbone goes down. So we're not overarching the back. And then when you feel a position that is safe for your body, so you can't feel your knees or your back more your legs we want to activate all around here. Just stay here for a few breaths. Hands can be in prayer, or you can have them in cactus arms. So some people may be here, which is a good position. If you are stronger in the legs, you may come further down, wherever you feel some muscle activation. Just let those legs start to feel some heat. Tapas, it's known as in yoga. Good, and then we're going to press through the feet to come back out. Just shake off the legs a little bit. We'll finally come into a balanced position, so tree pose. So soft bend in the leg, lifting up nice and tall, so we have this hip turned out. You could stay here, on the calf, or here. So finding something to focus on that's not moving, your drishti. You want to challenge yourself, you can raise your arms up into any kind of tree shape. Good, and release the arms. Changing legs, so soft bend in the knee, lifting up nice and tall in the spine, turning the hip out, staying here at the calf or further up. Anytime you balance, you could always have a chair just to make it a bit safer. Finding that focal point. Maybe raising the arms up for a greater challenge. Just noticing what the mind does. If you find it more challenging to balance, just see if you can find that sweet spot where it's a little bit playful but safe. Excellent. Let's just release the hips. Just take a few deep breaths in and then release out. Good. So breathing in and out. Good, and we'll just release a bit more, just nice swings. Just bring the body back down. We're going to finish in Tadasana, so hands in prayer. And just bringing the breath back to that comfortable feeling where we're breathing in, we're breathing out equally. Relaxing the body. But we still have enough energy for the day. So that was a short practice. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any comments or you'd like us to do anything else, please let us know. And thank you for practicing with us today. Hope to see you again soon.